Yeah. So hey guys, so today we are going to discuss Codeforces round 865 of Div 2. Today's problem was pretty good, or I can say tricky problems which I face. So yeah, we are going to discuss them. I hope you all have read the problem statement. I will just explain you the problem and then we will see the approach for it. Like problem says that there's a person ion which is standing at 0 comma 0 and he want to reach the point here which is exactly a comma b. He want to reach here, and what he can do, he there are two conditions for it. First condition says that he can do at most two step, he can move at most two step can be uh like like it can be of any length. And the second condition is like the path he is following should not contain any lattice points. And what are lattice points? Lattice points are those points which are integers, don't contain lattice point, right? Lattice point. Okay, just ignore my writing or spelling also. So yeah, if don't is it's not contain lattice point. Let's say if I am taking this path or this path, this can be the path, this can be the path, like any path. If I'm taking any path, this part shouldn't contain any integers, like any point which are integers. Like just say if I'm taking this point like a comma b, any point that shouldn't be an integer, except this point and except this point, this point matlab except the corner. Any don't like any point shouldn't be lattice point. I hope this is clear to you. Like if there is any issue you can just like watch the video again. And now we will see the approach, right? We will see the approach for it. So like basically what we want to reach the point a comma b, right? This is our problem. Now like there can be many paths, but we want to write any path, right? But let's say uh, first we want if we want to check like this line is containing uh, any integer or not, any integer lattice point or not. We want like a equation of a line. If we know that equation of the line is mx plus c, and here c is 0, so we will just write a 0, and slope will be b by a because the line is passing through 0 comma 0, right? This will be our like equation of the line. Now if the points are like if the points are, let's say let's say 6 comma 8, right? Now if we try to find a slope, what will be its slope? Its slope will be 8 comma 6. And if we cut it, like if we like make it a smaller fraction, it will be 4 by 3. We can't make it more smaller now. Okay, so this is the slope of the line, right? And line. Now if we draw this line, let's just suppose this is the line and this is the point a comma b. Now if we are taking direct path, this is 6, this is 8, right? If this is 6 and this is 8, what we are finding, there is also a point which is, I can say there is a lattice point also which is 3 comma 4. How? If we were try to put this value here, let's see, y equals to x equal to 3 and y equals to 4, this will satisfy this equation. If any point is satisfying this equation, will be lying in this line. You know that, like this is the basic geometry, right? So this is basic concepts. Now what, like there is one observation from here, right? Like if we are drawing any line, it will contain many lattice points, right? So what we want the first lattice point from the 0 comma 0. But what we want the first lattice point from 0 comma 0, right? We want first lattice point from 0 comma 0 such that it doesn't contain any lattice point behind it. Like if 3 comma 4 be, if 6 comma 8, if I go 6 comma 8 through this line, it is containing 3 comma 4, so this can't be our solution, right? Because it is containing it is a lattice point which is 3 comma 4, which is satisfying the equation. So what we want a line such that it doesn't contain any lattice point, right? But how we will see this? If we try to observe this, what we are getting, that if we are getting any number, any point, like any number, let's say a comma b, if we are getting any point, and when we are dividing it b by a, if we are able to make it as a smaller fraction, then it means that it also contain another points also which is smaller. Like as I told you earlier, if I am taking 8 by 6, right, then I'm able to convert into a smaller fraction. It means that it is containing this point as well as it is also containing these points which is like less than it. But if we are taking any point like which we are not able to convert into a smaller fraction, it means that like this can be the path, right? If we are taking line, you can say 3 comma 5, and if we draw a line from 0 comma 3 comma 5, you will observe that no point which is smaller than this point will satisfy this equation. You can try this. Only the points which are greater than this will satisfy except 0 comma 0, right? Obviously because we are starting from 0 comma 0. I hope this is pretty much clear to you. This was the kind of thinking when I was solving the problem. Now how can we check that? Like now the second problem is, how can we check that the line is like line, we can convert this line into a smaller fraction or not, right? If we want a smaller fraction, like to check, we want a GCD of it. What we want a GCD. What we will do, we will find the GCD of 3 comma 5. If the GCD is 1, then the line is possible. Why we are calculating the GCD? Let's say if 8 and 6 were our point, if we try to find a GCD, it will be, I can say it will be 2. It will be 2, and with the help of 2 we can convert into a smaller fraction which is 4 by 3, right? If the GCD is not equals to 1, then we can't go directly. So if we have given, so now I will just I will explain you the approach. Now I will explain you the solution for it, right? So if we have given e comma b, and if the slope and if the GCD of a comma b and if the GCD of a comma b is equals to 1, then what we can just directly draw a line. If GCD of a comma b is 1, we can directly draw a line from 0 comma 0 to a comma b, right? This was pretty much about it. And if GCD is not 1, this is our second case, we have to think about it, what we can do. So what we want a 2 line such that whose GCD will be 1. Like that, if it is a comma b, and if GCD is not 1, what we want another path which is not a direct path, such that GCD of this line and this line should be 1, right? GCD of this line and this line should be 1. Okay, so I have seen the approaches of like another people, but first I will explain my approach. What I did, I just ran a for loop. I just ran a for loop for I comma j, right? And I just calculated, like brute forcefully calculated every point and try to find a GCD. Just take I comma j. I brute forcefully calculated every like 100 points, and for every point what I did, I calculated this low, and I calculated GCD of this, and I calculated GCD of this. If for any point, if I'm getting GCD of this as a 1 and this is GCD of this as a 1, then my answer is going to be my answer going to be this point. To like first I will go here and I will go here, right? This was pretty much my approach. And there is also one approach that if we want to go to the a comma b, what you can just do first, what you will do, you can go to first 0 comma, if you are standing at 0 comma 1, so you can just directly go to you can say 1 comma b minus 1. You can go 1 comma b minus 1, and then you can go 1 comma for 1 comma b to y. I will explain you why. If this is like, if this is the graph, right, if this is the 1, right, if this is a line of a 1, and right, and if this is the point where we have to reach, which is like you can say 3 comma 4, what I will and if I will if 3 not 3 comma 4, you can say let's 6 comma 8, because we can't go directly. Now my approach will be, but where I will go first, I will go to 1 comma 7, which is, and then I will go to the 6 comma 8. If you will see, I'm just going to the, like I'm just drawing a line which is inside this one unit, so there will be not any integer. And for same this, I'm just drawing this line inside the one unit, so my GCD will be equals to 1 for it, and for this also my GCD will be equal to 1, and this line will be not contain any part. This was second approach. I hope this much is pretty clear to you. Now I will show you my code. My code was pretty simple. I just take input AB, check GCD is 1, printed C out equal to 1 and C out equal to AB, as I explained, and I've just take X and Y, run a for loop for it. If for any GCD, if for any IJ I'm getting 1, and for any GCD AB, absolute of A minus I, absolute of B minus J equal to 1, I'm just taking this point and just breaking it, and yeah, I'm just printing C from 2, C out equal to 2, and from I will go from 0 to X to Y, and from X Y to A2, like AB. I hope this much is clear to you. If there is any doubt, you can post it into a comment section. Thank you, and give a thumbs up. It will motivate me. Now I will going to do a problem number 2.